Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have been so excited to make this video ever since I discovered this because this one product has helped me tremendously with my morning sickness. I had terrible morning sickness with my first pregnancy, but this pregnancy has been so much better. But I know that this product really works because when I have not used it consistently, I have been so much sicker. I have been incredibly sick, begging my husband not to go to work kind of sick. This product has honestly kept me as a semi-functioning, capable adult, able to take care of myself and not just be completely laid out on the couch, sick and immobile and feeling terrible 24/7. So I highly recommend this product. I'm not a doctor or a midwife, so make sure to check with your own doctor to see if you can use this as well. So I'm going to be sharing with you this one product today as well as a few other things that have made such a difference with morning sickness. And what I'm talking about is magnesium. It's not talked about a lot, and that's why I was so excited to make this video. I've heard about B6 and B12 and lots of other things, but not many people talk about magnesium. And there's not even a ton of information online. There is a blog post out there by Wellness Mama as well as Mommypotamus, and there are people talking about this, but if you look in the comments and testimonies, they are pretty amazing. So I'm going to share with you the little bit of information I understand about magnesium and why it is effective, and just my experience and how I actually used it and how it helped me. So in Mommypotamus's blog post, which I have here on my phone right now, and I'll be sure to link down below, she talks about how magnesium used to be much more prevalent in our diet. But obviously our diets are stripped of every good thing these days. So, and in particular our water. Water is so filtered and processed, and bad things are added in like fluoride, and good things like magnesium and calcium you can't really find in our water supply anymore. So most Americans are deficient in magnesium. Even if you're eating a pretty balanced diet, a lot of us are deficient in magnesium. So I'm going to read a little piece from her post. Normally magnesium balances cortisol levels by cleaning the excess from our blood, but pregnancy hormones inhibit our ability to absorb magnesium. This can lead to a vicious cycle in which excess stress hormones cause nausea, which causes stress, which we can't fully remedy because the very thing we need can't fully absorb, and then you get morning sickness. So in her post, she goes on to say that it is best to get magnesium before you get pregnant and build up your magnesium stores before you're actually pregnant. We had actually discovered this little bit of information about magnesium before I got pregnant, but we actually got pregnant a little bit sooner than we planned, and you know, life is busy, and I wasn't diligent about taking magnesium often and regularly. So essentially, magnesium really helps flush the hormones through your blood, and the consequences of them are much less severe, and that's exactly what it felt like for me and my body in my experience. I'm going to be talking about the supplements that I use, but other ways you can get magnesium in your diet is by consuming magnesium-rich foods such as bone broth, seaweed, leafy green vegetables, properly soaked seeds and nuts, unrefined sea salt. So while those things might be easy to eat before you're pregnant, personally when I'm pregnant, leafy greens do not sound good. Lots of things, nuts don't sound good. Nothing like that actually sounds good. And while we can take supplements or eat food with magnesium, magnesium is actually incredibly efficiently absorbed through your skin, even better than your digestive system. So that is why it is recommended to go for things that you can put on your skin. First, I'm going to talk about this spray because it's the most potent one compared with the lotion. This is just Ancient Minerals Magnesium Oil, and it's just a topical spray that you spray on and rub in. All that's in it is water and genuine Zechstein magnesium chloride and natural trace minerals. For the directions, it just says apply to as much of the body as possible for most efficient absorption of magnesium. Avoid eye contact, rub well into skin, rinse or wipe off after 20 minutes and moisturize. It is normal for some individuals to experience a gentle tingling sensation on the skin during the first several applications. So I started using this in my first trimester. I first had a few bad days, and then we ordered this ASAP and I started using it, and my husband was super helpful and diligent because he knew that I was not fun to take care of when I was sick. So he really helped make sure I put this on, which I definitely appreciated. I guess I can show you guys. You just spray it on, and it's oily. It's magnesium oil, so you just spray it on, and honestly, I would load up my body because I was so desperate to not feel sick. If you have pretty bad morning sickness, just douse your body in this, because if you look at the actual serving size, is that the right word, serving size? That sounds funny. That's like you would eat it. But you actually need quite a bit of it. So I would put it all over my arms. My husband would put it on my back. I'd put it on my legs. See, right now, after I put it on, it's starting to get irritated. Like, it's starting to feel, to me, it's kind of itchy. It says tingly, but for me, I just want to itch it. and I did not like that. I kind of sucked it up at first, but there became a point where my skin would get sensitive because I'd scratch it and then I'd spray more on it, and it was just uncomfortable. But aside from that, I still did it. Some areas that are less sensitive are the bottoms of your feet or tops of your feet and your lower back as well. Those skin areas are a little bit less sensitive, so you can start there and see how that works for you. But seriously, douse yourself in this. I did it at least twice a day, and I'd make sure to wash my hands, and then I would just take a warm washcloth and kind of wipe it off after 30 minutes or so. But I don't know, it was just uncomfortable. But again, if you have had bad morning sickness, a little bit of discomfort on my skin for an hour each day was completely worth being able to function, because my sensitivity to being sick based on using this, it was directly correlated. And so if I thought I was doing fine and I forgot to use it one night, I would oftentimes feel sick in the morning. I would spray this on and I would feel better. But again, it's better to have it already in your system and to not get to that point of not feeling well. So there's this spray, and then there's this lotion that they make as well. This is a brand that she recommends in her blog. It's Ancient Minerals. Some of them have different additives that aren't good for you or for your baby, but this one has a bunch of other stuff in it. It's a very clean lotion. There's not harmful chemicals in it or anything, but that tingling sensation is not as intense, and it absorbs like a normal lotion. So where this stays kind of oily and it will get on my clothes and make my clothes kind of sticky. So as I got further along in my first trimester, I ordered this. This lotion was much more comfortable to put on. It didn't really tingle or feel uncomfortable, maybe just a slight bit, but it's not as potent. So for my next pregnancy, I would stick with this in the beginning as well, and then switch over to this, or even maybe just bring this on the go if you're feeling sick and keep it in your diaper bag or something like that. Again, I'm just so excited to share. I really hope this helps someone, because I know so many moms out there suffer with terrible morning sickness, and I did. Again, it could just be that this pregnancy is different, or that gender of the baby is different, or something like that. But regardless, I know that when I stopped using it, there's such a drastic difference. So magnesium lotion or spray for your first trimester is the most amazing cure for morning sickness. Just to mention as well, there's some other things that are important for your body to have in order to absorb magnesium well. So those are vitamin D, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12. And the best thing you can get is sunlight. So for me, I'd put this on in the morning and then try and go on a walk with my daughter for about 30 minutes outside. This was during the winter, so I mean, I'm still in California, but it was kind of chilly in the morning, so it was mostly just my face exposed to the sun, but that's still better than nothing. And having that vitamin D from the sunlight incredibly increases your body's ability to absorb the magnesium, so that's really important. Another quick thing to mention in this blog that she recommended is fermented cod liver oil. That is something that we have taken for a few years now, but I have not been consistent with it. So the best way to take it, I think the brand is Blue Arctic. That's the best brand to get of it. They have different flavors, so it's not like utterly disgusting, but I've kind of been lazy with that, to be honest. I feel like getting out and walking and just being outside has really helped me as well. Oh, and the last thing that I was so surprised made such a big difference was sleep. Luckily, my husband kind of makes his own schedule, so he has been able to let me sleep in, but just getting that extra hour and a half in the morning has been so huge in helping my morning sickness. I didn't realize that there would be such a strong correlation between that, but just being more tired makes me apt to feel so much more sick. So if you haven't thought about that or taken that seriously in regards to morning sickness, really try and get the correct amount of sleep. I think you might be surprised and how much different you can feel, because anytime I have to wake up early, my symptoms of morning sickness throughout the day would be heightened that much. So sleep is really big. I feel like my first pregnancy, I tried so many other things. I tried the C-bands, and I thought that helped a little bit with the pressure points on your wrist. And I tried sour candies and ginger, and none of that personally helped me. Maybe it gave me like the slightest bit of relief or just distraction. But compared with this, I mean, I can't even talk about any other tips based on how effective this personally was for me. Again, all of our bodies are different, but most people are deficient in magnesium, and I really think it makes a lot of sense. So feel free to go on Google and search for yourself and look at the testimonies. And again, make sure to talk with your doctor. Anyways, I really hope this helped you, because morning sickness can be so hard and so discouraging, especially if you have kids to care for, other obligations, or work, anything that you have to do. So I really hope that you're able to try this and that it's as effective for you as it was for me. Also, make sure to share this with other pregnant moms you know, because I'm telling you, not enough people know about magnesium deficiency and the ability that supplementing with it can help with morning sickness. So help other moms you know out there, and let us all know down in the comments anything that you have heard that works for morning sickness, especially if they're things that people don't really talk about. I feel like there's common ones, but I want to hear the things that really have helped you guys, especially if they're more natural remedies, because I'm all about natural remedies. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciated this video and want to see more little pregnancy tidbits and tips and tricks, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. I am 15 weeks pregnant right now, and I'm going to be taking you along with me on the rest of my pregnancy journey. This is baby number 2 for me. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful for you. If you are a pregnant mom, I bless you and pray that you have energy and strength and all the things that you need. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!